Hey, hey, hey. Thank you so much for hopping on tonight. I am gonna go ahead and share this out to some folks. I'm sure you guys always wonder why I'm like bopping when you hop on. Normally, I am listening to music right up until it turns on. Okay, so let's go ahead and just share this out to some folks. Tonight, I am coming to you with a word from the Lord. So if you are watching, please go ahead and share this out to someone who needs to hear the message. We are talking about why your credit is affecting your ability to manifest abundance. So many folks are out here talking about what they're manifesting and this best life they want to live, but they're not managing the current life they have. So definitely go ahead and share this out if you are watching. And again, I am going to do the same. Thank you so much for hopping on and for sharing your Tuesday night with me. You could be anywhere, but you chose to be here. I feel like I'm at somebody's church tonight. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I hope everyone is having a really great start to your week. I want to hear your wins. You know, every time you hop on, I want to hear what you're grateful for. I want to hear your wins. How are you killing it this week? What are you manifesting? And what is that thing that you are still holding faith to receive the manifestation for? Definitely want to celebrate with you. So, just sharing this in a few groups. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, for those who do not know me, my name is Benier Pierre, intuitive life coach, manifestation mentor, and the secret weapon every single boss needs to get their life and business into abundance alignment. I teach leaders to apply the principles of abundance to create a fearless and intentional lifestyle. Essentially, what that means is that I help you live in purpose and on purpose. So today we are talking about why your poor credit is affecting your ability to manifest your abundance. If you are on the line, please say hi. Let me know who's here. Hey there, Rosanna. Thanks so much for hopping on. Uh, so often we talk about manifestation. And, for those of you who are new to this, manifestation simply means to bring your thoughts into fruition. And so when we're talking about manifesting abundance, a lot of people get the idea that you can simply think your way rich. And I mean, there's one of my favorite books is Think and Grow Rich. And so, yes, mindset is certainly part of it. However, it's really important that in addition to having a mindset of prosperity, that we're also doing the things in our natural ability to maintain that prosperity. One of my favorite scriptures is that to whom much is given, much is required. So often we are asking God to enlarge our territory. We're asking the universe for more abundance, more prosperity, more of what we're receiving, but we're not managing what we have. So I started this series actually in one of the groups I'm in called Manifesting and Managing Abundance. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, I got to pause for a second because Haley Michelle just hopped on. So let me pause this broadcast and I will be back after this commercial break. Haley, my love. So y'all, Haley was actually my old roommate, and she was around when I first started doing lives, and I was so terrified. And so I'm so happy to see that she actually gets to see me now that I know what I'm talking about. Because the first live I did, my God. Okay, so yes, so often we're talking about how to manifest money, but it's equally as important or more important to know how to manage it once we get it. So just want to give you guys a few tips about how to break through poverty mindset, which is keeping so many people bound. And again, that's that manifestation part of it. But then after you have broken through that, some things that you need to be doing to manage the mindset. So let's actually talk for just a second about poverty mindset in the first place, because a lot of times when I say that poverty is a mindset, a lot of people disagree. So I do understand that poverty absolutely is a result of a systematic structure of oppression that was designed to keep people in the cycle of poverty and lack. Absolutely understand that. So, knowing that we are agreeing on that base factor, just because you grew up in poverty, just because you have been in that cycle, you can get yourself out. And it absolutely takes work, but it starts with your mindset. And so often people have the mindset that even after they have gotten out of the struggle, they still have struggle mindset. They still do struggle things. And so it's not so much about how much money you're making, because you can absolutely be a millionaire and have poverty mindset. It's about the way that you think about money and your relationship with money. So the reason that it's important to both talk about how to manifest it and how to shift the relationship so that you're also managing it is so that we don't end up with a generation of Mike Tysons and hey there, Ryder, thanks for hopping on, and goodness, MC Hammers, TLCs. This wealth that we are attracting, this abundance, we're doing this for generational wealth. It's about keeping it. So poverty mindset really means that you are coming from a place of lack. And so much of what you're doing is a place of lack. I did a training in my membership room last week, Principles of Prosperity, and we really got clear on the types of things that you do in poverty mindset. So just a quick sneak peek of the types of things that we discussed. So a lot of times when someone is in a mindset of poverty, they wear their riches. You notice that people who have a lot of money don't generally show their money by what they're wearing. You can't tell someone's net worth by the types of clothes they wear. And it seems like the more money they have, the less you can tell. But let somebody in the hood make it. Every single dollar that they have is on their body every time they leave the house, because it's not so much about building wealth for them. It's about getting rich. The whole saying, get rich or die trying. And so that's that mindset that so many people are in. They're getting rich. And the thing is, it's not or die trying. It's and die trying. So even if you hit that space of being rich, if you're not creating wealth and if you're not breaking that cycle and that mindset and creating generational wealth and a legacy of abundance, then you still die trying. It's not one or the other. And so it's really important to make sure that we are, again, breaking the cycle of lack. Principles of prosperity, some things that you need, pillars of wealth, savings. How many of you have 6 months saved up in case of emergency, in case something were to happen? The next part is credit. How many have credit in case something was to happen? And not only that, because credit actually can be a tool to make more money, and I'll teach you guys about that. Actually, we're going to talk about that in my training tomorrow, or Thursday, I'm sorry. But how many people are using their credit to work for them as a tool? How many people have investments? But then if you look on the flip side of it, how many people have Gucci and Louis and Michael Kors? How many people are driving the latest thing, but their kids don't have a college fund? And so it's really important to make sure that we're not just getting rich. It's important to make sure that we are creating a legacy and making sure that our kids also have that same mindset of how to take care of money. So tonight, I really wanted to specifically come on and talk about credit and how your credit and your relationship and the way that you treat your credit is affecting your ability to manifest. So we always talk about the fact that money is energy, everything is energy. And so we're just going to talk about this from a purely, energetic standpoint. So understand that credit is borrowing, right? And so if you borrow something and you don't pay it back, then that's stealing, right? So stealing comes from a mindset of lack. Stealing comes from an energy of lack. And so it honestly would be just the same if you went and, took something. It's coming from that same energy, thinking that you don't have enough of something. And so what happens when you are in that mindset, and of course, most people, it wasn't a conscious thing. Most people who have issues with credit, it really is just a situation of not even being aware, not knowing certain things, not using credit. But when you're coming from the place of lack, that is how everything shows up. And so if you think about the things that you say from a position of lack and the things that you say when you have poor credit, they're very aligned. I can't afford it. That's one thing that you say when you're in a lack mindset. That's something that you say in a poverty mindset. And the thing is, saying this, there is no judgment here. So saying, poverty mindset, lack mindset, when you can own it, you can change it. When you take control over where you are, then you have the power to do something about it. So it really is about recognizing if this is something that fits for you, if you can see yourself in these statements. And so when you have a mindset of lack, again, I can't afford it. So same thing with credit. If you think about how credit limits you and how having poor credit, you can't get certain jobs if you have poor credit. You can't, I mean, there's so many things that you do. You can't buy your dream home if your credit isn't up to par. So there are a lot of limitations. I can't. This idea that something outside of you is stopping you from being able to really step into your full purpose. So that's the first thing that, a lot of people don't realize. Having poor credit is limiting you not only in your ability to do things with your credit, again, such as invest more, such as have your dream home, such as, purchasing investment property, etc. There are so many things that you can do once your credit is together. But the mindset that goes along with not having your credit together, that fear, every time your phone rings, having to wonder if it's a collector, having to look out the door, wondering if things are going to be taken away from you, that same feeling of lack is the same feeling of lack that stops you from being able to manifest. So, a lot of times when I talk about manifestation, we talk about needing to have that unwavering faith, knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that what you are manifesting and what you are intending is what you're attracting. And so it's really important to make sure that we're not coming from a place of lack, because of course lack says I can't have it. That's the opposite of manifestation. So when your credit is not together, it keeps you in this space of lack. It keeps your mindset in a space of lack. The next thing that happens is it keeps you stressed out. And we talk about vibrations, we talk about energy and needing to raise your vibration. If you're constantly stressed about bills, if you're constantly stressed about money, then how can you raise your vibration? How can you get aligned with what you want to attract? And so what happens, and this is why it's a cycle, because what happens is you continue to attract things where you are, and because that's what keeps showing up for you, it feels like that's what always shows up for you. And so you continue to attract it, and you end up in this cycle. And until you break the cycle and you choose that enough is enough, you choose that you want to change it. Until you change that, you stay in this cycle where you're working for money. That's a way to get rich, is to work for money. And honestly, not even that, but creating wealth, creating legacy. The purpose is to make money work for you. So another thing that happens is, again, when our energy is affected and when we're stressed out about money, what happens is we're limited in our ability. And a lot of times, and it kind of is, again, going back to poverty mindset, I feel like so much has to do with our mindset. A lot of times we're limited because all we see is the same four blocks around us. And whether that is literally or figuratively. So even if you do make it out of your neighborhood, sometimes what you see in those four blocks. So if you look at your Facebook, so often your Facebook is a reflection of your mindset. And so when we're coming from that place of lack, when we are stressed and we have that low energy, we continue to surround ourselves with things that feed that. And so again, it becomes this cycle. And so it's really important to break the cycle of lack and so we started talking about credit. So even something as simple as paying your bills happily. And I know that it sounds really silly, but honestly, changing the energy that you have with your money, changing the way that you relate to it, absolutely affects the way that it shows up for you. So it can be as simple as changing your energy. When you pay your car note, being thankful for that car that transports you to your dream job. And if it's not your dream job, being thankful for the job that's a silent investor so that you can get your dream job. Being thankful for the lights that are on that give you electricity to pursue your dreams. I always talk about the fact that you have to give freely to receive freely. The same thing goes with your credit. You can't possibly have abundance and create abundance if you owe people. That's not rich. You don't have money if you owe people. And what happens is and so let's even think about this. So let's take a step back. So let's assume that you somehow make it your whole life owing people, never paying them back. We just talked about the fact that there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. And wealthy is creating a legacy, meaning that this is something that you pass down to generations. And so even if you have all the money and you die, that ain't your shit. You still owe those people. And so it's really important to make sure that we are creating wealth, that we're not just going for the quick fix. So often we want that thing that's going to fix our problem quick. We want the fast money fix. It's not about fast money. Now, yes, I can help you get some magic money. I can help you get money that keeps multiplying. I can help you get money that goes out and comes back home with friends. But fast money, I don't know about that. Because if you get it fast, you're going to lose it fast. I can help you get long money. I can help you get money that sticks around. But fast money, no, that's not my game. It's about wealth. It's about making sure that the riches we are acquiring can be sustained. Making sure that we're not just manifesting it, but managing it. So I actually have a training, Principles of Prosperity. So if you need specific strategy for how to fix your credit, if you identify yourself in what I'm talking about, so in this mindset, in not taking care of your credit, if you don't have 6 months saved up, if you have not been investing, I need you to be on this training that we are doing Thursday night at 7 o'clock. It is in the Magic Money Society. So if you're not in the Magic Money Society, I don't know, like, what's going on. If you're not in the Magic Money Society, go ahead and click on the link above. It's magicmoney.benierpierre.com, and that will take you to the landing page. Go ahead and sign up. You get a free week trial. So there's no reason for you to miss this training. I actually have two very special guests coming with me, Miss Danica Taylor and Gerald Pimpleton. Danica is our resident credit specialist. So she's going to be talking about how to both repair your credit. So for those who have had credit problems, for those who don't have credit, she's going to teach you how to build your credit. So it's not just enough to fix the problems. You want to get rid of the bad stuff and fill it with good stuff. Sounds like life, right? So she's going to teach us how to build our credit. And then Gerald will be coming in teaching those of us who have gotten savings together, gotten credit together, how to invest your money so that you can make your money work with you. So Thursday night at 7 o'clock in the Magic Money Society. So you do have to be a member, but I'm giving you a week free trial. So, I mean, there's no reason for you not to be in there. I cannot wait to see you in there. And until then, be well and make that magic money. I'll see you later.